that our younger generation, that they have a chance to do FM. When I first started FM, there wasn't such a thing as a course like what you guys are maybe experienced. And so for me, I think it's really important that what the work that you do, Andre, I think is really, really amazing. And also our colleagues in Switzerland and IFMA, these institutes that are pushing the education of future generations, I think is something. So for me, I think having education, certification, practice-orientated training, and making our discipline more and more professional in the future, I think is.
What do you think that's the most important issue today?
I would say probably this mix of how we will use digitalization and sustainability to take us forward. These are my two in one thing. So, and just finally to finish, I would like to say to my great friend Andre, one of the true old-fashioned gentlemen in the world, but also someone who stays up to date in everything that he does. So thank you for your warm welcome and for making such a great example in everything that you do for our industry. So thank you, my friend. Much
Anyone, Simon will be here all the evening, so anyone from you can speak with him, discuss with him. So it is start, but maybe any question in a few minutes. So now I will turn to another my guests. This guest is not here, sorry. Ateena Shouze is I call facility manager angel. She was the lady who introduced me to IFMA fellows. Thanks to Ateena, I know a lot of people, and I introduced the IFMA word. So it's my pleasure that Ateena accepted my invitation to this event.
Okay.
Wait, never mind.
You're very welcome. Well, thank you for the opportunity to be with you. Like I said, I would rather be in Prague today. You have a beautiful city. I've enjoyed it several times. My roots are actually from, my family is actually from Bohemia. So those many years ago when they left Bohemia and came to the United States. So your country has a special place in my heart. As Andre said, we have been fellows, friends. We were friends before we were fellows. And we've stayed in touch all these years from the very first time that we met in Prague. And I think one of the things, it's not uncommon when I do an interview or write an article or give a speech or whatever, somebody will always ask the same question: what is new in facility management? And I've been in facility management for 35 years. And the lovely thing about facility management is one thing has never changed. Taking care of the occupants, their well-being, and their resilience is our number one concern. And that's what I have taught, and that's what I've preached, and that's what I've lived when I've run managed facilities. So I think that's one of the nice things about our profession, is that we are still a people profession. But the lovely thing that has happened over the last few years, and probably one of the most important things, Simon already touched on it, was this intersection of technology and how that's enabling the workforce. I'm with him. This ongoing learning and having proactive approach, I think that's the other thing, is not letting it find you. You need to find it. As far as looking at different technologies, utilizing AI, I'm in the process of developing an AI workshop just for facility managers, because AI is being spread all over the world in a very abstract, very random way. And what I want to do, and what I am doing with the experience of a very, very brilliant AI expert, is we're literally teaching the 10 competencies that we believe are the most important competencies in facility management. We're teaching an AI course with those 10 competencies in mind. So that to me is really the ongoing learning. As Simon said, our success requires agility. We have to be agile, we have to be able to pivot, we have to be able to move, we have to be able to take some of these new approaches, the proactive approaches of technology. But and that's what's going to help attract workforce development, because we're offering a profession that is timeless. It is people related, but it's also very technical in some instances, so that will appeal to a wider group. But being able to, look at these labor shortages and the need for the workforce development is some place that that's where we need to focus. And that's what's going to lead to the success, is the agility, the ongoing learning, and the proactive approach to these emerging challenges and opportunities.
Thank you very much, because I can tell to everybody that when Simon spoke that I am going with the time, I think that Tina is going in front of the time. so I am very glad that we met a couple of years ago, and till today I remember there was a workplace Europe in 2003. Here was absolutely nice. We even, when we met each other, we was on the plateau where is now the restaurant Marina. In this place was only plateau, and the plateau was only chairs and some drinking. And after, when we came back to hotel, it was very
a little bit of Becker. I think there was a little bit of Beckerofa going around.
Our third guest, which is Thomas Mitchell. Thomas Mitchell, when I spoke about IFMA Fellow, it was my big surprise, because each year is only 4 people are IFMA Fellows. And suddenly I found it that Thomas is the same year IFMA Fellow and I was. And we were standing together on the platform in 2013. And this brilliant Thomas is each time open to any question, to any cooperation. And
outstanding. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I thought.
You're doing well, my friend. As a matter of fact, you're doing something I would not try to do. I have novice experience when it comes to information technology, so I commend you on your bravery. First, let me begin by saying thank you for this invitation. You know how much you mean to me, and I know very few people as passionate as you in terms of trying to advance the practice and professionalism in FM within your sphere of influence. And I mean that sincerely. And I also still appreciate your hospitality and generosity for when I came to your beautiful city the first time, and then when Michelle joined me those other times. We owe you another visit, sir. And Lord willing, if I'm breathing long enough, we will have an opportunity to brace each other as brothers again. And whatever you need me to do while I'm there, I am there to support you. Now, to everyone else, brevity is a challenge for me, so you will have to bear with me. Tina knows this, okay? So I've thought a lot about the question that Andre asked me, and where I am in my life right now, I can attest and support the position that the erosion of human capital within our global profession is the most challenging issue we face. No disrespect for our properties and for our processes and our practices and our principles, but if you don't have the human being to enact these things, to achieve those desired results that make our profession, through the use of our professionals, critical enablers of organizational success, then we have nothing left. Now, the challenge is not only have we advanced ourselves in terms of our value over the last 50 years, whereby now we are specifically requested by profession or by name in terms of our involvement, just not during the commissioning and following that process. But there are regions on the world right now where FM is required to participate in the early acquisition process, in the design and the programming phase. That's the kind of impact that we've had globally, because people are understanding, based on our demonstrated capabilities and competencies, that we can maximize the value and the utilization of our assets throughout their life cycle, costing the end user less money. But if we don't have personnel that can replace us, and I'm putting myself in the categorization of the old guy. I'm in my 60s now. I still feel pretty good, but I know I have less time ahead of me than before me. And I know how much time it took me to acquire the kind of knowledge and experience to even speak to you this way without a script. So knowing that we are still shy in terms of the amount of people who are available to serve in the various facility management positions, and how long it takes to develop someone to be confident in their ability to deliver the services, we have an issue. And it's not just us. Architects are facing the same thing. Engineers are facing the same thing. Construction managers are saying the same thing. This is nothing different than what I shared with the State Department late last year, because they wanted to know. So I've actually changed a lot of my focus. I'm a professor at a university here in the United States. We do deliver an online FM master's degree program, and it's asynchronous, meaning the courses are not live. Everything that you need is on the learning management platform. I'm not trying to push that program because I won't even mention the name. I will say this: if we don't close the gap in terms of ensuring that we have confident and competent FMs to replace us who may be retiring within the next 10 to 15 years, then all of the gains that we've achieved from the last century will vanish, because folks don't understand what we do still. And if we go back to the architects and the engineers, who are professionals in their own right, but their academic exposure and their vocational experience typically goes up to what I euphemistically call the ribbon cutting ceremony. So they're very good in programming and design and can assist in construction, but they have no knowledge of everything else that happens after the commissioning. And as we all know, the vast majority of life in these assets of ours happens from operations and maintenance. Anywhere you can read studies, between 80 to 90% of the entire life of a facility will occur during that time period. So our profession is invaluable. And with the different associations that are growing across the world, Africa, I'm going there to speak at the 5th African Facility Management Conference. It's exploding. But unless we replenish the humans that will be transitioning from vocation to vacation, which God willing I will do, then everything that we've achieved up until this point in time will be for naught. That's my sharing.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Stefan. It's very important. Now I will ask you to stay still on the camera, because in future we will have a question and answers. But you told something very important, which is giving me bridge to our guest. And I'm very glad that one of the most important construction in Czech is now starting with a commission. Mr. Uhlíř is responsible for atomic power station Dukovany II. And he is responsible to prepare the commissioning turnover of this building. So I'm very glad that he's here, and I bring you a word. Please tell us something.
Thank you.
There is a microphone
Thank you.
for my colleagues.
Thank you. Anion Haseo, Chonon Martin Uhlíř, Dukovany, Vončáriok, Palčonso, Konsol, Direktor Uhlíř, Manaso Pangapsim Uhlíř. I was speaking in Korean language. And I will explain you why. I am learning Korean language only 1.5 months. And, I would like to be better in Korean language, because we have just signed a contract with Korean KHNP company in 18th of July. it is really important and the big thing, because in fact it is the biggest project whatever in the history of Czech Republic. We are going to build 2 new nuclear units next to current power station, as you can see on the picture. The green one, it is new power station, and the white color means current 4 units. The contract is for 400 billion Czech crowns. It is really giant project. I would like highlight that it is quite important project also for Czech energy security for future and safety. The current white power station produced 1/5 of Czech electricity consumption. It means each 5th bulbs here is served by electricity which was produced in current Dukovany power station. So we would like to double installed power of Dukovany by the green one. Just now we started the design phase of the power station, and already in contract there are several requirements regarding to facility management. I think it is really important for the project, not only during the commissioning phase. It is too late. So I would like to take care of facility management during design phase, because we need to have a really strong tool for management, facility management during production life, or during whole production life of power station, and also at the end during the decommissioning. We are going to begin construction at the beginning of 2029, when we are going to have a construction permit. The earthworks will begin at 2029. After that, we'll continue with construction of the buildings, and the power station should be start up at the beginning of 2037. First unit and the second new unit 1 year later. From the facility management point of view, it is a really giant project, because the area is 2 billion square meters. It is similar as Škoda auto car production company, which we visited just today. We exchanged information related to facility management with Jakub Hradil team, and it was really fruitful for me. And there'll be more than 300 facilities and structures which should be managed during all operation life. So from this point of view, it's a really important project, really giant project. And if we'll be successful, and I believe we'll do it, we'll manage it, we would like to continue also in Temelín side to expand the second nuclear power station in Czech Republic, also for 2 nuclear units, which will secure energy and security for the Czech Republic for our future. So thank you for attention, and I'd be happy for your question.
I'm glad, because you told what is for your issue of Temelín now. So I will jump to another part, and it will be time for your question. Please, I will change to the screen of Teams, and now is open space for you. Please, if you have any question, you have 4 personal professionals. You have opportunity to ask them for anything from facility. Please, from facility. Yeah.
Hello. Actually, I would
Can,
like
can,
to
can you come here? Here is microphone.
Okay. Okay. Hello. Good afternoon. I
Hello.
would like to ask the lady, actually, the Tina.
Yes.
I'm quite interested about AI application into the facility management because I see the future. We use it on everyday basis. I'm a slightly different field or edge field, which is the no household
Accommodation.
accommodation buildings, or where lives a lot of households here in Czech Republic. Let's say half of the households is living in the block of flats, which we have here, and it's run by the people. So how you see, Tina, can you be maybe more concrete? Will this your AI courses be available also for other countries? How we can see how you will implement it? It will be like regarding to software. Can you be a little bit more detailed about this?
Certainly.
It's quite interesting. Thank you.
Nata, thank you very much.
You're very
I
welcome.
introduce you. Nata is a specialist for accommodation in Czech Republic.
Okay, excellent. I will be happy to share that. Andre has my contact information, and if you want to reach out to me individually, I will bring you up to speed. In fact, I was just reading the phantom notes from our last workshop. The way that this is being constructed is that the gentleman who I'm working with, who actually is a scientist, he actually worked for NASA for several years, and now he teaches. He's the one that's developing the AI, and I'm the one trying to develop or trying to contribute the facility management knowledge and resources. And so the way that this will be constructed is we're doing a pilot program with 12 hand-chosen individuals that we've had our first work session last Tuesday, and then we're asking for their constructive feedback. We're asking them for, okay, we've shown you how AI can work in finance and business. We've shown you how AI can work in project management. What else do you want AI? What are the possibilities? And really trying to expand their imagination as to, what could AI? So we're giving them an example, and then we're saying, how do we make this even bigger? So when it is completed and it goes to market, it will be virtual. And so it will start out with probably a 4 to 5 week online course. But the beauty of this course, in our opinion, is that it will almost be like you'll be joining a community. You'll be joining a community of facility managers who are actively pursuing the use or are using AI within facility management. So after you've taken the 5-week course or 4 weeks, whatever it comes up with, once a month, that community will meet online. And Tom could say, this is how we used it over the last month. And we'd like to see this changed in the curriculum because we think it would be helpful for the next generation. So it becomes a perpetual learning tool, and it's not a static object or a static class that we put all of our work on and we set it on the shelf, and when somebody wants it, they pull it down and they plug it in and it works. We want this to be a collective community effort because this is changing so fast that if we don't look at this on a monthly basis, we will lose our edge of even using it as a tool. Because as soon as we've written it down, as soon as we've used it, somebody has made it better. And hopefully facility managers will make it better by using it and saying, this worked really well, this did not work, so let's see if we need to cut this and add something else. So by building this community, it brings facility managers from all over the world together for this collective learning of AI and facility management.
Thank you very much. Is it okay for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can give her my contact info. I'll be happy to have another conversation.
I will share it. Another question, please. Don't hesitate. You have plenty. So I hope that another one will ask something. So I will ask to anyone from you for facility management is now accepted as a cost problem for all managers. This cost, how to survive, that they will understand that we are not cost for them, but we are at value for them. It is very difficult how to explain to the bosses that we are not only cost for them, but we are for them opportunity. Anyone of you who wants to speak first?
Well, I'll be the volunteer, sir.
Okay.
It is funny.
I'll go after you.
Okay, it's funny you mentioned this because I had a discussion with members of CoreNet, the Corporate Real Estate Professional Association. And I told them about a CEO that they had back around 2008 that said something that stunned the community because sometimes CRE and FM are like oil and water, we don't mix. With the blue collar professional association, CoreNet deals with million and billion dollar facility transactions. But what this CEO said, that we need to adopt the mindset. And when he said we, he said we, CRE and FM, need to adopt the mindset that we're not just a cost center. We are a critical enabler of organizational success. Now you think about this. The three most expensive assets that an organization has available to accomplish their mission are the people, the product, and their facility portfolio. We always end up in the top three. People are always going to be the most valuable asset. That's why my concern is focusing on the loss of that human capital. After that, it tends to be the product that is offered. So if you're Elon Musk and you're building spaceships, yeah, they're pretty expensive. But the facilities will always be within that top three. And people tend to look at us as a cost center, as you know, Andre, because they're looking at the balance sheet and they're looking at the expenses. And yes, it costs money in order to keep these facilities functional, operational, and meeting the needs of those who are using them. So yes, we cost money. What they don't necessarily understand, and that's why we have to be able to articulate this, is yes, there's a cost, but we bring value. Because a lot of people nowadays will join an organization not because of their catchphrase or their business model, but what kind of environment will they be working in? So that place means a difference. Disney World has a huge facility management underground complex, but you never see them because guess what? That's not our job. You don't want to see us. Folks tend to see us when things break. They don't want to see us when things are working. But Disney recognized our value by making sure that when we visit that resort, that entertainment place, we're focusing on the fantasy, not the fact that my lights aren't working. So we have to do a better job of articulating our value and demonstrating our value. If we can show how by investing in your facility portfolio, you can reduce your operating costs. You can maximize the value you provide to those who may be renting or buying your facilities, and we can help people do things more efficiently and effectively, then yes, it costs money. But it would cost us a lot more if we don't invest in our portfolio, not just the facilities, but the personnel themselves. My thoughts on the matter.
Thank you, Thomas. As normal, you are very quick and short. Thank you very much.
I would like to add.
Tina, please.
Okay, just two quick comments. First of all, I think it's in the way Tom makes a really good point. It's the way they see us. And one of the things that I'm trying to teach my students and to teach those around me is that another name for a facility manager is a solution architect. Okay? We solve people's problems. We create solutions for the organization. The other thing that I strongly recommend, especially if they're students and they're able to have an influence on the way the financial reporting is done for the facility management operations, is to try desperately to create a true cost chargeback system. Because if you can show on paper exactly what each individual, what each asset is actually costing per head count, per square foot of the people that are using it, they need to understand that if they weren't there, if they weren't doing this, we would have no cost, so we would not be expensive. We would not be a cost. We only exist, and we take on costs, we take on financial burdens because we are taking care of them. So if we can charge back all of our costs by either square footage that's being utilized by the different departments or by head count, and they see that and they understand that, and they also understand that there are certain standards tied to that cost. And that's huge. That's another thing that I preach is this is how much it costs per square foot, and this is the level of service. This is the level of class building that you're being provided. Is it a 1, is it a 2, or is it a 3? Because there's corresponding cost per square foot for each of those categories. And so you put it back on them and say, I can charge less, I can charge more. And here's how it aligns with the SLAs, the service level agreements that I have with you. But trying to push back and have that cost be explained back and charged back on an annual, biannual basis, whatever the case may be, I would strive for that every time.
Thank you, Tina.
Andre, you mind if I add something else?
Please, shortly.
It'll be short. Tina just triggered a memory just now. Again, I'm getting older. One of the things that we as facility management professionals need to remember is we provide support to others. We're not the end. We're the means to the end. So we have to be attuned to the strategic plan of the organization that we support. If we can show a direct linkage to how our services achieve strategic objectives for the organization,
Yep.
That's where senior leaders understand the value. They're thinking 5, 10, 15 years in the future. And every organization that wants to survive and thrive during that time will have a strategic plan. We should be knowledgeable of that strategic plan. I would argue that we need to have a facility strategic plan. This is our contribution to achieving the corporate strategic plan. And there should be direct linkage. So they'll recognize again, yes, we're expensive, but what we provide helps you to achieve your long-term goals. And they understand that. So we have to think like a stakeholder. In this case, folks who are in the C-suite, understand what's important to them, meet that need, ensure that they can understand what we're saying. We don't need to get real technical on them. We need to help them to clearly understand what we're doing right now will help you to accomplish this, and this is how. That's it.
Thank you. Thank you. So now I will change it to the concrete question, to the local situation.
Okay, I wanted to add my experience, because we had a little bit easier situation because we are operating nuclear power station for 40 years.
Yeah,
40 years now, and we had to recollect the information from all facilities. Because originally it was in paper, so we had to scan papers to collect information to database. We created several databases to be able to do facility management and refurbishment of buildings effectively. So current power station has several databases, and we, as a new company, new power station, we decided to use BIM, building information modeling. And it isn't only 3D models of the buildings, but it is also a database full of information, which should be really effective tool for future facility management. We just now we are under construction of administrative building. It is somewhere in the middle, and we decided to design the administrative building in BIM system from the beginning. It cost us. It was extremely expensive at the beginning because we have to learn the system. We have to learn it. Our people, our staff, and also our design company, owners, engineer company has to hire new people and learn it to them. So in comparison with let's say classical system of designing, it was extremely costly. But we do it because we would like to design all power station in a BIM, or we would like to use it in future, because it is essential for us to have a effective facility management system, because definitely it saves money, it prevents human error, and it will help us to manage aging of whole facility, and it helps us long-term operation. That's it.
Thank you. We have a fourth, our guest, please, Simon. He's a specialist for CDE, Common Data Environment, for BIM. It is his father vintage. Please, can you tell something about you, how you as a university and scientist specialist see this topic?
I think before we would go there, I would say I am completely on your side. I remember in my past, we were looking after the MOD campus at the Joint Services Command Staff College in Chippenham, near Oxford. And this is a college where all of the military people in the UK, from the Army, the Navy, and the Air Force, they go to do their education. And we had the first projects there, a huge project, not as big as yours, but it was a 600-hectare campus. And in those days, I had the job. We had a PFI contract, so we would basically order a building. We would build the building, and then we would have the building back into our portfolio. And what we learned before the world of BIM is, if you are not involved in the beginning, you just get the problems back at the end. Yeah. And then when I went to Switzerland to become academic life, I thought, oh, it would be like a no-brainer for me. The number of times I would have used it to help my staff to do a job or to collect information is unbelievable. But I think the other very important thing about this topic is to realize that, for example, if you are building a new building, for me, BIM is a little bit a no-brainer. You have a very good opportunity to use it. But also we need to remember 98% of real estate exists already. And for the existing part, maybe BIM is not the right solution, but digital twins using photogrammetry or laser scanning. And so in the end, I think, as a team, you have a budget, you have to decide how you spend the budget. So if you have a brand new project, then maybe you do everything in BIM. But maybe you have important projects that you do in this type of technology, and existing buildings, you find another way to capture the data. But in order to make decisions about how you maintain the buildings, how you look after the buildings, how you spend your budget, you need to have a good, grounding from where are we at the moment. In England, we call them condition surveys. If you don't know the condition of your assets, you can't plan to maintain them properly. So I'm super keen to hear more about your project, but this would be a little bit.
Thank you all, because the time is going. So I want to